Okay, so welcome back, guys. I'm Moses Obarisi, and this is Fully Funded Scholarship. This is the Mackay State University Graduate School Graduate Assistantship Opportunity. So, in case you're new to this channel, I've talked about graduate assistantship in this channel on several occasions, what it means. So, when we say graduate assistantship, what it ordinarily means is that you are given an admission into a particular university to pursue your master's opportunity or your PhD opportunity. However, that admission is that you're also given a job. Now, your job as a graduate assistant or research assistant or teaching assistant is to teach undergraduate students in that your particular department that you are giving admission into, or if you are a research assistant, you work with a particular professor in carrying out, in assisting him with his research work in that particular university. Now, this professor you are working in with carry out his research work. You are kind of assisting him with his research work. Not that you are the one who is doing the main research, but you are assisting him in carrying out this research. So you assist him, and the university in turns pays you a monthly salary. And this monthly salary, that is from where you pay for your accommodation, your transportation, feeding, clothing, any other housing, any other kind of expenses you are expected to cover. So the amount they will give to you is such a way is in such a way that they do an average of the living cost for a particular individual or for a single person. What is the average living cost that be able to foot the person's average monthly expenses or monthly expenditure, and this is what is kind of given to this individual on a monthly basis as salary. Meanwhile, his own tuition is waived, meaning that when you are a graduate assistant, from your overall salary, a certain amount is paid back to the university's account, into the institution's account, now serving as your school fees. So while you are there, so long your studies is invoked, you do not pay for tuition fees. That's what graduate assistants, which include that, which is where we have a research assistant and teaching assistant. That's how these people, this is how their money, or this is how they are paid, or this is their job model, as well as their academic funding model. This is just a brief overview or a brief summary of how it works. So when you hear about graduate assistantship, it means that you are employed at the same time given an admission as a student. So you are a student of the institution. You are also a staff of that particular institution doing either of these two particular jobs. Either you are a research assistant or you are a teaching assistant. Why you also carry out your master's or your PhD, what PhD studies alongside. So it's kind of a little bit tasking, especially if you're a lazy student or you're a lazy researcher. It's very tasking. But if you're somebody who is little bit little bit, let me use the word workaholic. Let me use the word workaholic. It's worth it. Worth it. Worth it to actually broaden your knowledge horizon and your research horizon. So that's what it's there. So this particular one is at the Mackingham State University, and over 30,000 assistantship positions are available for graduate students at Mackingham State University. The university is concerned with the quality of educational experience that graduate assistants receive, and For teaching assistant, also the quality of instruction that they provide to undergraduates. So it's a graduate assistants are enrolled students whose primary association with Agase University is directed towards advanced degree completion. Satisfactory progress toward earning a degree is a condition of maintaining the assistantship. Departments may limit the number of years that a graduate student may hold an assistantship. Graduate assistantship are responsible for knowing the specific policies and procedures that govern their particular assistantship and academic program. One good place to look for these is academic programs, which includes the illness, injury, pregnancy leave policy. Assistants are covered under the MSU policy, including those regarding laboratory and campus safety, drug and alcohol-free workplace policy on religious observance, procedures for handling allegations of misconduct in scholarship, MSU anti-disciplinary policy, and the policies on sexual harassment and conflict of interest in educational responsibility resulting from consensual, amorous, or sexual relationship. Okay, so that's what you need to know as an applicant of a graduate assistantship or being a teaching assistantship or research assistantship at the Makinga State University. So here's their appointment procedures. Let me just open the page. This is the appointment procedure. The hiring unit must complete an offer that the student will sign. There are offer letter templates for each of the various type of appointment. These templates may not be modified. The offer letter signed by the student will be attached to the hiring form in EBS. Now, it said prior to the appointment, a criminal background check is required. An electronic disclosure and authorization form will be provided to students via email. The form must be signed and submitted to initiate the background check. Appointment will be contingent upon satisfactory result. So the reason why they are kind of doing this background check is to know whom they are actually recruiting into the system to become a teacher or uh, an assistant researcher in the institution. You say an INS 1I I-9 form as employment eligibility verification must be completed and attached to the graduate assistantship appointment recommendation form. A departmental representative must see the documents used to verify eligibility and identity. Acceptable documents can be found at this link below. You see, all students, employees will have their I-9s processed by the hiring department. Human Resources offers training to those department administrators who need assistance completing I-9 for a foreign national with valid visa status. Department needing support can send an email to this particular email address. Now, graduate assistants are paid on bi-weekly basis. Departments appointing graduate assistants must meet deadlines set by the human resources. Okay, so that's what is what applicants must take note of. So let's look at the prerequisites. Okay, the prerequisites here, applicants is a little bit lengthy. So if you're an applicant, you're interested, you can just go through it. I've also spelled out the average responsibility that graduate assistants also handle, which are also spelled out here in details, which you can go through as well. Then the next is the stipends and benefits. Okay, now let's look at the stipend and the benefits. This is not that long. You say MSU annually sets stipend ranges based on level and appointment type. And assistantship includes tuition waiver and health insurance. I earlier mentioned that at the intro of the video. Academic program gives additional information. The non-fringe research assistant job is for post comps, DD status, PhD students during the summer semester with no tuition benefit. For additional information about the assistantship, please see the HR page as the hiring resources. Graduate assistants are eligible to purchase a parking permit. For information about graduate assistant parking permits, go to parking services. Click on the student learn more button and scroll down to the other permits section. Okay, so that's uh second to the last item here. While stipends are subject to income taxes with few exemptions. So this also means that this as a graduate assistant, you also pay tax. However, there are some kind of waiver on this particular tax you pay. That means you may likely not pay tax on some few items. So if you want to know about the items that you may not pay tax on, you can just do that with the payroll office or by contacting them on this particular phone number. So, guys, that's a short one over there from Makigan State University, the graduate assistantship position, over 3,000, actually open and available for qualified graduate students at Makigan State University.